Hello, and welcome back to another fun recap video of Animation Rundown. Today we will recap the 5th episode of the DC series, My Adventures with Superman. Before you get into the ride, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now, let us dive in. In the Kent Olsen residence, Jimmy is buzzing with excitement. He's gearing up for a camping adventure he had previously arranged with his friends Clark and Lois. They're on a mission to uncover the truth behind the rumored Bigfoot sightings. However, Clark is out for a jog, and when Jimmy checks his phone, he discovers that an online critic has been mocking his Flamebird videos. As he heads to work, he tries to call Clark, but Clark is tied up with his superhero responsibilities. Meanwhile, Lois is deep into her probe about Superman. At their workplace, the Daily Planet, Jimmy bumps into Steve. Steve has a sports task in mind and wants Jimmy to join him. In another part of the office, Lois is brainstorming. She's trying to figure out a way to get Clark to admit he's Superman. When Clark walks in, she probes him for any significant revelations. Clark, in response, presents an evidence board. He shares a theory: the gadgets used by various criminals in Metropolis seem to be crafted by a single entity. Clark's mission is to identify this creator. He plans to use the Daily Planet's dispatch scanner to detect when this tech is in use, allowing him to trace its origins. Lois, eager to get Clark to spill the beans, suggests they rope in Superman. Clark, however, is skeptical about Superman's knowledge on the matter. Despite his reservations, Lois insists on seeking Superman's assistance. Clark, keen on keeping his identity a secret from Lois, merely expresses gratitude for her help. But the conversation is interrupted when the scanner detects a surge in criminal activities. Clark makes a hasty exit from the office, using the excuse of grabbing a bite. Jimmy, meanwhile, is feeling out of place with Steve. He sends messages to Clark and Lois, but they remain unresponsive. Steve reveals that he sees a reflection of himself in Jimmy. They both often find themselves alone, leading Steve to label them as lone wolves or mavericks. Jimmy, however, doesn't appreciate the comparison. He asserts his close bond with Clark and Lois, even if they sometimes dismiss his suggestions. Steve then surprises Jimmy with a request. He wants Jimmy to film him as he debunks another Flamebird conspiracy video. Jimmy is taken aback, realizing that Steve has been the one discrediting his videos. Their conversation reveals more misunderstandings and differences in perspectives. Elsewhere, Superman is busy handling multiple crises in Metropolis. Lois is on his tail, trying to catch up. She eventually lands at a location under threat from a gang. She confronts Superman about Clark, but he feigns ignorance. Determined to see Clark and Superman together, Lois handcuffs herself to Superman. Their standoff is interrupted when the gang, armed with the same tech Clark has been tracking, attacks a garage. Joining forces, Superman and Lois overpower the criminals. However, the last gang member, Rory, tries to assault Superman. Her tech-laden gloves malfunction, forcing her to give in. Rory confesses that her motive was to steal a car. She believes someone, possibly Superman, has been abducting individuals linked to the tech stolen by Livewire. Superman denies any involvement, but Rory remains defiant. Suddenly, her gloves reactivate, releasing a fiery blast at Superman. He shields Lois, but Rory seizes the chance to flee. Concerned for Lois' safety, Superman rushes her back to the Daily Planet. He then sets out to apprehend Rory. Lois pleads to accompany him, but he declines, even when she addresses him as Clark. Superman tracks down Rory at a storage dock. Their confrontation attracts the attention of Agent Slade Wilson, equipped with advanced tech. Wilson's superiors, an unnamed general and Amanda Waller, instruct him to restrain Superman. They even deploy robots to aid Wilson. As the battle unfolds, Superman discerns that Wilson and his organization are behind the mysterious tech and the abductions. When Superman demands answers, the general claims he's safeguarding Earth from Superman. A fierce battle ensues, culminating in a damaged bridge. Superman prioritizes saving civilians, giving Wilson an opening to attack. However, the general orders a retreat, swayed by Superman's heroics. After mending the bridge, Superman heads back to the Daily Planet. There, Clark and Lois reunite. Lois notices Clark's injuries and urges him to confide in her. But when he remains silent, she takes a drastic step, jumping off a building. Clark instinctively rescues her, revealing his dual identity. Their relationship strains as trust issues surface. Meanwhile, Jimmy, disheartened by Clark and Lois' absence, embarks on the camping trip alone. But his adventure takes a dark turn when a mysterious ape-like creature abducts him during the night. Thanks for watching the video. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel Animation Rundown. See you in our next video.